Hi everyone. My last letter I wrote that I would be sending you a tape, so here it is. Um, I'm not sure how long I can talk on this thing. You were had it a little bit easier than me. You were all talking and now I'm by myself, so here it goes. I just wanted to send this thing to let you know how I'm doing, and I guess I'll start by talking in my new language. Jambo habarienu mimi kumutani wewe ni basi. Sasa Mungu kubariki mimi upendo wewe ote na kukosa. Some of you might not know what that means. There may be one or two there that don't speak Swahili, so I'll translate that. Hello, how are you? I hope you're all doing well. I love you all and miss you. Now the Lord bless you. Let's see, let me pause for a second and try and get some more thoughts together. I've received quite a few letters, and it's such a praise the Lord. I really thank everybody for sending letters. It's a Sunday night here. I'm by myself. I'm sitting next to my kerosene lantern so I can see what I'm doing here. And on your letters, you ask a lot of questions, so I'll try and answer them for you. Okay, the first one is yes, no, yes, and no. I hope that answers your questions. And if you have any more, don't hesitate to write me. I'll also tell you my daily routine, what I do every day. That's easy because there is none. Every day is completely different, and I never know what's going to happen until that day. Some days I'm with the children, other days I'm taking food into different villages. So it just depends on what happens that day. It's hard to plan a week. You just have to go day by day. Okay, now I'd just like to tell you some of my thoughts and feelings, how I'm feeling right now. I'm sitting in my house. It's about 8 o'clock, so it's about lunchtime, your time. Had a nice day today. Today's Sunday, so it's my day off. I was visiting some friends in Marsabit, which is about 20 kilometers north of here. We went for a picnic. It was my first picnic in Africa, so that was really nice. We went to Lake Paradise, which the name really fits. It's a beautiful place. It's a crater, a volcanic crater, and with the forest that's grown up all around it. And we drove the Land Rover as far as we could in there, and found a nice spot. And while we were there, it must have been about 22 elephants came down to the water to bathe themselves. So it's such a beautiful sight. A lot of Cape buffalo, baboons, all kinds of animals. On the way home from them, I must have seen about 20 giraffe grazing at the side of the road. The animals you see are unbelievable. It's not like what you'd see in the zoo. They're just so big, and you have to be very careful and keep your distance. I have 2 spears now. I've just been given another one. And you need those when you walk around at night, just in case. It's also, you never go outside at night without a flashlight because of the snakes. Some of the deadliest snakes in Africa are right here. The puff adder. It's 4-inch fangs. Spitting cobras. Black cobras, which I just killed one the other day. So you have to be careful. But it's not it's not that bad. You just get used to everything and the lifestyle. The only thing is, it gets so lonely. I just sit here sometimes and I ask, Lord, where are you? It really is. All you hear is hyenas howling and bugs chirping, whatever. And sometimes you almost think you're going to go crazy. During the day, you're so busy. A lot of times I don't even stop for lunch. I'm just going all day. It's just at night, when the day settles down and then you're by yourself, there's just nothing to do. The kerosene lanterns doesn't give out much light at all, so you can't really read. I try and write letters. And now I've got a typewriter. So I guess some of you have been getting my typed letters. I hope you can read them. Nairobi wants me to type the memos to them, so I practice by typing your letters. Hope you don't mind that. I know it doesn't seem too personal, but I can fit more on the letter, and it helps me, so bear with me. I can't tell you how good it was to talk to you all on Christmas Eve. It just made my whole Christmas. Christmas was probably the toughest time for me. I didn't know what I'd be doing. I was thankful I could get to Nairobi. Being up here was really getting to me. The pressures, the problems. To see what's going on here, it would just change your life. To see people begging you. I had a man come in my house the other day. I had some stale bread that was rock hard, and I was going to throw it away. And he said, no, don't throw it away. It's still good. And he broke a piece off and chewed it. And he wanted me to put it in a bag for him so he could take it home. Just things like that happen all the time. And it just brings me to tears. And it's unbelievable what we have in America and what they have here. And if there's one thing that I have learned out of this, is that we need to be thankful for what we have. And even when we don't have much, it's much more than what the rest of the world has. So remember that. Forgive me if I keep stopping and starting. I just have to keep thinking of things to say and what comes to my heart to tell you. Yesterday was quite an exciting day. A relief organization called Feed My People, a Christian organization, came to Karari, filming on the famine in Africa. And they're doing a TV special, and they wanted to film where I am, my area. So it was really nice. I had a big part in it. They were interviewing me on film and asking me the problems and about the people here. So keep your eye. Probably a month or 2 months, it might be on TV. People are called Feed My People, and you'll see the area where I am. So it was exciting. I got to meet a lot of people. And they also brought in a lot of food, so we had a big food distribution that day, and we just mobs of people. And it's such a pitiful sight that we were giving out food, and it would only last one day, and the people were almost fighting for it. And what we give them is maize, beans, some powdered milk, and some cooking oil. And that's their main diet here. At this present time, they're going 3 days without food, and then having one meal on the 4th day, and then going another 3 days without food again. The children are a little bit better off. The government is having a feeding program where they get one meal in school every day. So they're eating at least one meal 5 days a week. A lot of the people, since I've come back from Nairobi, a lot of the people now are real sick and weak and can't do much. I just pray that food is able to be sent in here. The town, Marsabit, where I've been buying all my food, now has no maize or very little beans left. So I can't buy any more food for the people. We're just relying on the government, or if Food for the Hungry can, if they're able to have money sent over here so we can send food up. That's the only hope. If nothing happens within 1 month, most of the people here will be dead. There's no way we can help it after that. I think I've changed so much since I've been here. I've grown stronger in the Lord. I've seen how He's protected me time and time again. There are so many times that I've not even written letters about it. I'm sure you've heard many times in the letters I've written on different occasions. But there are so many things. Every day there's something happens that if it wasn't for the Lord, something would have happened to me. It's a harsh environment. Right now it's December, or January I should say, and it's the start of the hot season. You just about melt in the daytime. Karari is halfway up a mountain, so it was very nice when I first arrived here. Nice cool breeze blowing. I was very surprised. I'm about 150 miles from the equator, and it was nice, just comfortable temperature. But now the hot season's come, and it's sweltering. At night, it's comfortable for sleeping. The sun really bakes you. I think I'm looking like an African more and more. My skin is pretty dark. So I guess when I come, I'm still not sure whether I'm coming home yet in November or late October. But as I feel right now, I think I will be. But I'm still relying on the Lord that if I feel urged in my heart to stay, then I would definitely stay. I enjoy the people here. I've come to know many people, and I've befriended a lot of people. The more that I learn the language now, the more I can talk to them. So that really is encouraging, to me, that I can communicate with them. I enjoy my work, and it's very satisfying to be able to try and help people. The only thing is, just like I said, it's so lonely. I don't know. You'd have to be here someday by yourself to experience it. Like I just came home tonight. I was telling you I was in Marsabit. I opened the door and started cleaning up my dishes after 4 days. And you sit down and there's just no one to talk to. So I thought this would be the best time to talk on the tape, to let you all know what's going on. Okay, I just want to let you know one thing. If at all during this tape, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to stop and ask me. I'll be glad to answer them, so I'll be listening for your questions. I guess now I'll tell you about my house. I'm really not sure of the measurements. I think it's 8 by 10. It's like a plastic cardboard type house. You get used to it. It's a dirt floor, which was strange to get used to. It has 3 small windows, and I have some screen taped on it, and that's a lifesaver. The bugs here are real killers. Since I got back from Nairobi, fleas and a bunch of other stuff has invaded my house, so I am completely bitten from head to toe with flea bites. And that keeps me awake sometimes, scratching. I have bunk beds, so if I ever have any visitors, somebody can have the top bunk. I've had a student from New York State come with me for 2 weeks to see what it's like here, so that was nice for company. So let's see what else I have. A table, 3 chairs, a small bookcase, a small countertop, a food locker, and a small gas stove, and a water filter, and a kerosene lantern. So it's not like my house in Warminster, but you get used to it. When people come to visit, they can't believe this place, but I don't think anything of it anymore. It seems comfortable, and all my necessities all my needs are met here, so it's good. Let's see what else. There's right now in Carrara we have no water. That's also a problem. So we're facing no food, no water, and so my health habits have gone down the drain. I bathe only if I'm going to a village called Kitaruni, and there's a small, I guess you'd call it a waterfall, where I take a shower. So that's my only time I get to take a shower, because I can't spare the water. I need, if you have no water, you can only use it, it comes down to it, you use it for cooking and drinking, and that's it. Everything else you have to forget about for a while. So I look a little different than what I did when I left. It's okay, because there's nobody here, and the people here They don't care what you look like. This tribe here is a mixture of Samburu and Rendille, and traditionally those people never bathe. What they do is they rub animal fat on themselves to keep bugs off them or whatever. But that's how they bathe. So if you don't bathe for a week, it doesn't really matter to them. Their clothes, the only clothes they have are when other volunteers have gone home and left their clothes for them. Or else they wear an animal skin type, a goat skin. Most of the women wear goat skin. I guess you'd call it a skirt. I thought at first that I'd brought too many clothes, that I wouldn't really need them. But I found now that I'm glad that I did, because I'm just going to give all of them away, or most of them. I keep some of my good clothes in Nairobi for when I go down there, so I don't look like a wreck when I arrive there. But the clothes up here I'll be giving away once I go. And the people really appreciate anything you can give them. They really appreciate. And so that's it's really a good feeling to be able to give to someone who has nothing. And so that's really helpful. Being up here, you're really cut off from everything. I lose track of days, and I never know what time it is. Even though I have a watch on, it doesn't seem like it the right time. The sun goes down about 6:30, and it goes down like a rocket. And within 5 minutes, it's complete darkness. So that's something to get used to. It seems very strange. The stars are unbelievable. Just millions and millions. That's always an exciting thing to do at night, is look at the stars. That gives you an idea of how exciting it is here at night. Anyway, being so cut off here, I do have a shortwave radio that I can contact Nairobi with, and so that's good. So I get to hear friendly voices every night. I do get to listen to world news on the Voice of America, so I know about Grenada and all those kind of things. It seems strange being here and listening to what's going on over there. This place here, I could fall off the earth and nobody would know about it. So it's good to hear stuff from home. All your letters, don't ever feel that, some people said they feel guilty for writing about what they're doing or what they have. I'm just glad to hear from you, and you have to remember that it's a different culture, and that it's a fine line between being selfish in what we have and what we don't have. It's just a fact of life that our culture, our Western culture, has a lot more than here. And it's not that we should be ashamed of what we have, but just be thankful for what we have. That's the main thing. So just let me know where you're going or what you have or what you're doing. It's really great to hear from you. I guess I've told a lot of you in letters, but letters have just been like a lifeline for me. I think I've even said this, and on many occasions I'm like a kid on Christmas morning. When that supply plane flies in, they could have forgotten food, medical supplies, anything else. As long as they have my mail, that's all I care about. So that's how much I like mail here. And the Lord has really blessed me, because I've had many people have written, and everyone says the nicest things that really encourage me and lift me up. So I'm really thankful for that. And it always happens on days that I'm down, and I talk to myself, and what am I doing here? And I can't do this, and it's too much. And I get these letters, and they really boost me up, and I'm okay again. So thanks for your letters, and I really appreciate all you're doing. You're supporting me and praying for me, and your prayers are really felt. Like I said many times, how the Lord has protected me, and I know because so many people back home are praying. I've come to appreciate you so much, for what you're doing for me, and the support, financially, prayerfully, sending letters. You've just been fantastic, and I really appreciate you. I hope you got to see the slides I sent home. I'm not sure how they're turning out. I'm taking better slides now, more and more, so these next slides that are coming over should be a little better than the first ones. I'm getting a little more used to my camera, and I'm knowing what to take a picture of now. So should be sending more over within a month or so. Thanks for keep calling my parents, and because they really enjoy that when you talk to them and call them, and I thank you for that. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. I just had somebody come to my door asking for water. It seems like it never stops. They come here at 6 o'clock in the morning, and they're still here. It's 8:30 now, and they're still coming. Sometimes it really gets to you. In fact, all the time it really gets to you. You seem to never have a minute by yourself. It's always want, demand. They ask. And, people tell me that they feel bad, to come here and ask me things. I say, well, it's not you. I don't feel bad that you asked me for something. But I just get tired. It's not just one person. It's the entire village comes. A white person here is called a Mzungu. So I am the Mzungu of the village. So everybody in this village comes to ask the Mzungu for something. So that really gets you sometimes. Not that you mind it, but it just gets so tiring having all these people coming to you all the time, asking you for something, having a problem, they need you to do something, they want to ride somewhere, they want water, they need food. It seems like it never ends. Okay. Let's see what I'll tell you. My next time, I think I just came back from Nairobi. My next time down to Nairobi will probably be April or May. My brother may come over in May, so that would be really nice. I'd love to see him and show him this area. So if he comes in May, I'd go down in May, and if not, I'd go down in April. I may go down sooner than that, depending on what it's like here. If it gets too bad, you can't stay in an area like this for too long. You need spiritually refreshing and physically and mentally refreshing every so many months. The spiritual warfare, it's very intense here. It comes at you from all sides, from the people, from everything. So that you need to really rely on the Lord about all that stuff. I've seen, especially in some other villages, Debel, which you've probably heard about in my letters. That's a very, you get a very evil feeling there. It's you see a look in the people's eyes and the area itself. It's very creepy. It's hard to describe. The last volunteer had some real bad experiences up there. He spent 2 months up there. I've only gone in for a couple of days at a time to take in food or to check up on what's going on. But he had some real bad experiences. Demons came into his house and things like that. So these are the kind of things you're facing here. Once you go outside of the United States, not that the United States is good or spiritually right, but it seems that evil is much more present in an area like this, and it's easy to see why. There's so many problems and famine, droughts, all these things that go along with. That's not from the Lord. So it's sort of a constant battle all the time, and you need to really be in the Word a lot and to fellowship with the Lord. Going down to Nairobi is so nice that I can go to a church and listen to a speaker. We have a church here, they speak Samburu, so I know the songs they sing, so I get to sing along with them, but when they're speaking, if I'm not speaking on a Sunday morning, then I don't know what they're saying, so I just read my Bible. So the spiritual teaching is something I really miss. Remember not to take focus for granted. Just be thankful for what you have there. And tell others that too. I know, even myself before I left, I was taking things for granted, Bible study and Friday night in my own church. But it's not, it's when you have to go without that it really makes you see what you have. So remember that also. Okay, now I guess I have a few messages for a couple of people. If I miss your name, forgive me. Next tape, I'll get you on there. But this one is to no names in particular, a couple of people. I get letters saying Geoff Eddowes, care of Food for the Hungry, Box 14978, Nairobi, Kenya, in the country of East Africa. There's no country of East Africa. The country is Kenya, and the area is East Africa. So people in the post office think that's sort of strange when they see in the country of East Africa. So remember that. Also, Jay, I know it's tough there by yourself. The Mr. Jesus Focus. Keep up the good work. You're in a tough position. A lot of pressure. But keep strong, buddy. Holly, I love the picture of you in the bunny suit. Really terrific. I have it on my wall here. I show all the natives when they come in, and I say, this is a girl I know in Pennsylvania, so they get to know what white women look like. Let's see, who else is there? Barb and Dave, congratulations, and let me know as soon as possible in the spring when the baby's born. Tim and Tina, congratulations. You also have to let me know. And that's really good. First it was difficult to understand on the tape. Tim said he was pregnant, but then I sort of figured that one out afterwards. And also Mike, I'm still waiting for Tara's hair. At this point I'd really like it. I think I'd sprinkle it all over my clothes and on my bed and just roll around in it for a while. So I'm still waiting for that. Bob, I guess this one will be Bob Doyle. Do you know over here there's an African Mr. Bill? You call him Mr. Bwana. Very popular. Mark Hagley. It's a good thing. I just found the other day about a half a mile from my house there's a Wendy's. So I usually go down there and have a few burgers. It's not bad. Goat burgers, camel burgers, but you get used to it. If you came over here, the women would love you. They love red-haired men. So I'm thinking of dyeing my hair red. I'll send you a picture when I've done that. Bob and Cheryl. There's a possibility that you can open a store here. They're always looking for small radios and Santa Clauses that play jingle bells, things like that. Useful stuff here. So if you want to send a few of those things over, I'd be glad to try and sell them for you. Beth, I know you're looking for a job, and this is the place. There's probably no other nurse within 50 miles, and the pay's not too good though. But you have to bear with that. That's part of the territory. Okay, come on, speak up. Who else is there that I could talk to? Huh? Oh yeah, Bill Schick. Thanks. Bill. Carpentry. You'd be out of a job here. There are so many termites that most of the wood gets eaten. So stay in America, buddy, and keep building those houses. Four-wheeling over here, Bill, is great. I really get into it because everywhere you go, you need four-wheel drive. And if there are any rains, you can't drive. It's too... the roads are unbelievable. Okay, hold on one second. Okay, I understand there's a whole bunch of new people there. That's great. Welcome to the group. And I guess I'll see you in about maybe 10 or 11 months. I'll see you all. Kurt, I know there's a guy named Kurt there. Keep up the good work, buddy. Riding in the car with all those women is tough. I did it for a few months. That's what drove me to Africa. That's a good approach, though, giving perfume to them. I never thought of that one. That might keep them quiet for a while in the back. Fact that you always got to keep your eye on. You got to keep one eye on the road, one eye on the rearview mirror, and don't take any nonsense off them. I almost lost control of the car a couple times, so watch out for them. A few of you I don't know who said hello on the tape. Thanks so much for talking. I hope I get to meet you when I come home. Thanks for your encouragement, and send me a letter sometime and let me know more about yourself or many of the people that are there that I don't know. I'd love to hear from you and tell me how you got to the group and how you're growing in the Lord. I really like to hear that. Richard, I just got a letter, and I know you're going to be off in January, so I hope you get to hear this tape anyway. I really miss you, brother. I miss your teaching, and I'm thankful for what I was able to learn in Jesus Focus that I can share with each people here, because I do get to speak on Sunday mornings a lot. And it's tough being the teacher. I guess I'm in your shoes now, and it gets really tough, so I can understand what you go through sometimes. Janice Greb. Now I know Janice is probably not there, but maybe she'll get to hear this tape sometime. Janice, thanks for your letters. They're really great, and I'll keep giving those hints to you. I know they're helpful, and I know how much they helped you in this last semester and how well you did on the grades, and I know you can thank me for that. So maybe I'll stay here 3 or 4 years so you forget about that. Karen Greb, thanks so much for your letters. I really enjoy hearing from you, and that's great to hear what you're in that group about the hunger awareness. That's really thrilling for me to hear. Eric, how are you, Eric? Thanks for your card and your letter. And how's Makunji, by the way? Mr. and Mrs. Greb, thanks for your letters. They're really nice. Uncle Norm, thanks for telling me about the Plumsteadville roast beef dinner. You really got me at a good time as I was eating maize and beans. I lost my appetite and cried myself to sleep for 3 hours. But that's okay. I'm over that now. I just cry every once in a while. Cindy, thanks so much for sending that autumn leaf. That's the one thing I was really missing during the autumn. I was trying to describe to everybody what it was like, and then you sent that leaf in the card, and I was able to show them, so that was really neat, so thanks a lot. Tell Rudy I said hello, and Let's see, who else is there? Come on, speak up again. All right. You're too quiet. Oh yes, how could I forget? I must be crazy. Scott King. Scott, you must be going to hear this tape. I'm sending a tape specially to you, Scott. It's taking a little longer, but be patient, it's coming. I got your tape. It was great. I know what you mean by talking to yourself. People look at me through the window as if I'm nuts talking to myself, but that's part of life. Hope school is going okay. Let's see. It's good to hear about the ministry you're involved in. It was really good to hear from you, brother. Well, I think that's about all I can remember right now. Thanks so much for all you're doing. And forgive me if I've forgotten anybody's names. I know there's Karen Daniels and Jared and Judy and Carol Cressman. Is Carol still going? I hope so. There's a lot of other Art and Mary. Hello, everybody. I miss you all so much. I think of you a lot and what you're doing. And it's good to know that you're still getting together as a group and doing things. And, oh yeah, Beth asked me in our last letter, did I see snow on Christmas Day? Well, no, not on Christmas Day, but I saw it on Christmas Eve. How's that? We had to take an emergency flight on the 23rd of December up towards Ethiopia. And so we stayed overnight, and on the way back on Christmas Eve, as we were flying back, we flew past Mount Kenya, which has snow. So I got to see snow at Christmas time, so that was nice. So it's not all bad. Rained like crazy on Christmas Day, but it was so hot, 75, just nice temperature, but it didn't seem like Christmas or New Year's because it was so warm. I hope you're not too cold there. I'm sitting here in a short sleeve shirt with all the windows open, and I know you might be a little bit chilly there, but don't worry about it. The warm weather's coming in 5 or 6 months. I just stopped and listened to the tape again and what I had to say, and probably most of you are asleep by now. I don't blame you. It sounds pretty boring. My voice is not real exciting, but that's the breaks. I'm trying to think of anything else to say. This is probably the hardest thing I've ever done, this talk on this tape for an hour. I'll probably have to stop again because my mind went blank, and I'll have to wait another 20 minutes to try and think of something else. So hold on one more second. There are a few more people I hadn't mentioned. Mr. and Mrs. Rock. Mrs. Rock, thanks so much for your letters. They're really great, and I really enjoy listening or reading your letters and the things you have to say. So thanks so much for your encouragement and your letters. Also, I guess my parents and family will be listening to this tape, so hi, Mom and Dad. I miss you all so much. I really love the letters you send. It's yours are all the first ones I open, and I just love hearing from you. Hi, Heather. I miss you a lot, and I love you. And I'll be home soon. And hi, Becky. And thanks for your letters, Becky. They're really nice. And I miss you and love you too. And John, I hope you can come over in May. I think you'd enjoy it, and I'd really enjoy seeing you. If there's one thing here that I've come to really enjoy, It's the children. The children are so special. Many of them just wear little rags or hardly anything, but they're so friendly. And every morning as I walk up to, we have morning devotions, and every morning as I walk to morning devotions, all the children in the nursery school, the nursery school is held in the church where we have devotions, so the children are there waiting for school to start, and they all come running to me and hold my hand and want me to pick them up and play with them. So I really enjoy the children, and they're really sweet. That's the hardest thing to see, is children that have nothing. Most of these children wear the same shirt until it rots off their back. Food for the Hungry, on their sponsor program, we provide clothing for the children. So the children that are sponsored are able to get clothing. Some of the others don't have any, and that's always hard to see. The children have no shoes. They wear shorts all the time, so many of them are colds and are sickly. So I try and help as many as I can. I guess I've become quite a medical person here. I have people coming to me all the time that are sick, that have malaria, or they need first aid. So I'm Beth and Drew. I better watch out. And Diane Doyle. I think I'm probably taking all your jobs when I come back, so watch out. You can call me Dr. Geoff or whatever. Also, my new name here. People have given me a new name. My new name is Les Serments, and that means of the family of God. So I thought that name was rather nice, so just thought I'd let you know that. Let's see, what else was I saying? Hold on. I forgot to say hello to Drew. How are you, Drew? I was thrilled to hear that you're going overseas. I think you'll have a real great experience there, and you'll see things like you've never seen them before. So I can't wait to hear. By the time you get this tape, you'll probably be away, and you'll hear it when you come back. So let me know everything that happened, and I'll be really waiting to hear from you. So let me know as soon as possible. Just a few other things. As you've been listening to this tape, I sound strange. My English vocabulary has dropped about 99%. Not speaking English a lot. My vocabulary has dropped quite a bit. I forgot what I was going to say again. I think I should just speak Swahili, and then I'll remember everything. Moja mbili tatu ini tano sita saba tisa nane kumi. I was just counting to 10, by the way, so I'd remember what I was trying to say. But I'll have to probably stop the tape again and think of it. Hold on. I can't believe what I've done. I've forgotten a person, and I don't believe it. Ingrid, how are you? I've come to know a little bit of your language, sort of. There's some Norwegians up here, so that's sort of close. So we get to talk a lot. Let's have a little conversation between just you and I. Hörnme, heipa skurdma tina ruda wuda. That's just between you and I, and don't let anybody know what I said. Thanks so much for your letters. They're great. And for the magazines you sent. The Wittenberg Doors thing I was dying. I was laughing so hard. The people outside my house thought I was sick or something. They kept looking at me like was I nuts? So they were really great. So thanks so much. And keep sending your letters, because I really enjoy them. Like I said before, I enjoy all your letters, so I still have quite a few months here, so please don't let up and keep up in writing. I'm still trying to think of things to tell you. It's such a hard thing to talk on this tape. I don't know if there may not be too many left listening to this thing. So I'll let you know stuff like this. I have a solar-powered tape recorder, so batteries are no problem. The batteries here in Kenya are terrible. The word for battery in Swahili is Maui, and it's also the same word for rock. And that's about how good the batteries are here. They're about as good as rocks. So this solar-powered tape recorder is really good. Beth, thank you so much for those tapes. They're really great. Because I only get mail every 3 or 4 weeks. So in between the letters, after I read them 4 or 5 times, I listen to music. So thanks a lot. And if you ever get a chance to possibly send any more, I'd love to get them. And I guess my parents would buy the tape so you could record. Many people have asked, do I need anything or do I want anything? No, I'm fine. My parents had sent me a package on Christmas, and Kenya charges a very high tax. I had to pay $50 to get the package in tax, so it's not really worth it. But thanks for your concern or whatever. Okay, I just wanted to let you know that I'll be having a party here the 29th of this month. So you're all welcome. I can find room for you all, and we'll have a real good time. If not, there'll be lots of music, a lot of food, a regular swinging party. So just everybody come, you're all welcome at any time. I have my own bachelor pad here, even though I had to come 8,000 miles away from home to get it. At least it's mine. It's about big enough for 2 or 3 people, but that's alright. We can fit 20 or 30 people in here, no problem. So remember, the 29th of this month, I expect to see everybody. I think I'll end this tape tonight, finish it tomorrow or as soon as I can. It's now about 10 o'clock. I know it's taken me a long time to do this, but I've been trying to think for a long time what to say. I'm usually in bed by 8:30, so I'm half asleep here. So let me stop now, and I'll talk to you later. So, before I stop, the 2 guys that work with me up here, Joseph Yamo and George Morelli, I want them to say a few words. George is Samburu, and so he's going to speak Samburu and say hello to everybody. This is my Monday night Bible study.
Kaja showing na kwarda nakatai arorangandai poki dangarna la jurang Yesu Kristo negera tomanda ta shopa dana muti ikubedere se la shalange ji Jofri na se la shalange ji Nyamo na ikera ka gwina ka aisia tene ikera tomanda la tangindai.
Thanks, George. Now this is Yamo. He's going to speak Swahili. He's really good at speaking Swahili, so here he goes.
Asante sana. Grupu ya Monday Bible Study. Mimi ninasalamia nyinyi kwa jina la Yesu Kristo, na natumaini nyinyi mungali mnaendelea kumuomba na kumkubali Kristo, na tunauliza nyinyi muendelee kutuombea Mungu upande huu wa Marisabeth, na tunasema ni asante sana kwa kuwajua, na tunatumaini kusoma kwenu. Asanteni.
Okay, thank you guys. Just, by the way, what they said was they don't like they don't like white people. No, just kidding. They are wishing you well. That the Lord blesses you, and things like that. Okay, this is what they told me. They said they greeted you in the name of the Lord. They were just saying that we're having a good time of fellowship together. It's a peaceful night, and they just wanted to say hello to you and to greet you in Jesus' name. Okay, it's the next day now. I just want to say a few words about George and Yama. They're I've become good friends with them. They helped me so much here. If it wasn't for them, I'd be in big trouble. So I'm grateful for their friendship and company. I'm going today to Kitaruni, a village about 12 kilometers further into the forest. I have about 50 people outside my house with water cans, wanting water. So now my problem is I just have to decide who goes and who gets water and who doesn't. I think what I'm going to do is not take anyone. We've been able to get some diesel to run a pump that would get water into the village, so we'll be working on that today. I'll be delayed a little bit because there's 2 elephants a little further down the road blocking the road, so I have to wait for them to move. And then I have to go down to Loglogo, which is a village further out into the desert. There's a school there, and we'll be taking some children to school. So it should be a busy day again. The problem with the water is if you decide who goes, and you can't play favorites. You can't say to this person you can go and to another person you can't go. So this way, if I don't take anyone, no feelings will be hurt. And we get the water running today. We'll have water in Karari tomorrow, I hope. I pray that the Lord will bless the work that we do and I'll be able to get it going. That's about it. I'll be talking again once I get back late in the afternoon. I'm back again. I got back quite a bit later than I expected. It's about 7:30 now. I got back just a little while ago, and I was met by a bunch of people who had no food and were asking if I could help them with any food. I had some maize and beans in the storeroom, so I have been up there now until now, giving out food and milk. It's dark outside. Seems like every day it's like this. You're up at before 7, and you get back to the house and you finally sit down and it's dark. It really tires you out. I have making my dinner. I'm having canned spaghetti and some bread and a little bit of canned orange juice. So it's not a bad meal. It's one of my favorite meals. Since I've been down to Nairobi, I've been able to get some canned stuff, and I don't have to eat maize and beans as much. So that's good for my taste buds anyway. I guess now I'll tell you a little bit about my day. It was another interesting day. I guess it seems like all the days are interesting. Tiring, but interesting. The elephants finally did move and we were able to go. Before we left, we had the chief of Karari came over, so I had a meeting with him. And then we drove to Kitaruni. Once there, we also had another meeting there with the older men. The elders of the village are called the Wazee. If you're talking about one, that's Swahili for old man, or old men. And if you're talking about one old man, you would say Mazee. So it's Wazee or Mazee. So we had a meeting with the Wazee of the village, and African meetings are very interesting. It's just like you would probably see on TV. Everyone would gather around. The women would sit way off in the distance, and the children. They would bring us tea, and then we would sit down, and each man would stand up and say something. And then it's my turn to stand up and tell them what I think. And then they talk, they ask more questions to me. So those meetings are always interesting. Long, but interesting. After that, we got back to Karari. I was taking some children to school in Loglogo, so the children came with me. I had some cookies here, so I gave them some cookies and some water. And then we headed down to Loglogo. Hopefully tomorrow, like I said, we'll have water here, so just in case, we took some 55-gallon drums down there and got some water at Loglogo. What we've been having to do here is there's some wells where the cattle get their water from, and we've been drinking that water. So that's a switch from turning the tap on in the States, drinking the water that the cattle drink. It makes you appreciate nice cold water when you can get it. I'd like to share some scripture with you. This has become kind of a goal, or what would you call it? There goes my English again. Sort of my motto that I live by here. It's in Isaiah 58, starting with verse 7. Here goes. I want you to share your food with the hungry, and bring right into your own homes those who are helpless, poor, and destitute. Clothe those who are cold, and don't hide from relatives who need your help. If you do these things, God will shed His own glorious light upon you. He will heal you. He will heal you. Your godliness will lead you forward, and goodness will be a shield before you, and the glory of the Lord will protect you from behind. Then when you call, the Lord will answer, "Yes, I am here." He will reply, "Yes," and He will reply quickly. All you need to do is to stop oppressing the weak, and to stop making false accusations and spreading vicious rumors. Feed the hungry, help those in trouble, then your light will shine out from the darkness, and the darkness around you shall be as bright day. And the Lord will guide you continually and satisfy you with all good things, and keep you healthy too. And you will be like a well-watered garden, like an ever-flowing spring. So I've really come to enjoy those verses, and it's true what it says. Since I've been here, I've really not been sick. I had the flu for 2 or 3 days. And that's just sniffles. And other than that, nothing. So I've really been praising the Lord about that. So it's amazing when you're put into a situation and you read God's Word. Some of the verses really jump out at you, and as you live by those verses, what they say really comes true, and the Lord keeps His Word as always. There's something I wanted to tell everyone. I was going to write it in the letters that I started to write, but maybe this is a good time since everyone would be listening to this. If there's any of you that would be considering going overseas, I really encourage you to give a year of your life or 2 years, whatever. It's just life-changing. You know what? I got here I was laid off from a job, and that opened the doors. And at the time when I was laid off, I didn't understand why. But now, I just praise the Lord that that happened, that I was able to come here. There's a little plaque in my house that one of the volunteers had put up, and it's really good. It really causes you to think. It says, "God never asks about our ability or inability, just our availability." And I think that's a good saying. If you think you don't have the right experience or the right knowledge, that's not important. The Lord just calls us to serve. And also, when you come over here, and sometimes it gets frustrating. I'll be honest with you. It's real, and talking with all the missionaries, everyone feels the same way. Sometimes if we feel like we're wasting our time and nothing gets done. But the Lord doesn't ask or expect us to have answers or get answers, just to be working and to serve. And it's really fulfilling. Even though at times it's frustrating, it's rewarding. And it draws you closer to the Lord when you're put in a situation such as this, cut off from family and friends. You just naturally draw closer to the Lord. So I really encourage you, if any of you are considering it, to just check out different organizations, whether it be a relief organization or just a missionary type organization. Write to them and ask. There's no harm in asking. And pray about it. So if any of you are, let me know, and I'll try and let you know a little more what it's like here, and any questions that you might have. The tape is almost over now, so I just wanted to say a few things before it runs out. Please continue to pray for me. You've been so faithful, and I just praise the Lord for you and thank you for it. And I would just ask that you would continue. Also, I'd just like to tell you that I really love you all. And I just couldn't ask for better friends. And I just praise the Lord and thank you for that. Every time I read your letters and I talk to you on the phone, I really get tears in my eyes. I don't think I've cried as much since I've come to Africa and seen some things that have broken my heart, and been away from friends, and read the things you wrote to me and talked to you on the phone. The Lord has really softened me up. So my love to you all, and I pray that you continue to grow in the grace and knowledge of our Lord Jesus Christ. I pray that you stay rooted and grounded in His Word, and that you continue in obedience to Him. I miss you all very much, and I'll see you soon.